There's something funny about printers. We've all accepted, for years, that printing something at home comes with a kind of frustration tax. You buy the printer cheap, and then over time, you pay for it. Not in one big purchase, but in small, annoying, expensive ink cartridges that always seem to run out right when you need them most. And that's where this comes in. This is the Epson EcoTank ET-2803, and on paper, it's trying to solve one of the oldest problems in consumer tech, the cost of ink. Now, before anything else, this isn't one of those flashy, futuristic devices. It doesn't try to be. It looks like a printer. A simple one, compact enough to sit on a desk or a small shelf without demanding attention. But the real story starts when you open it up for the first time. Instead of cartridges, you're greeted with ink tanks. 4 of them: black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And Epson actually includes bottles of ink in a box that you pour directly into these tanks. It feels a little different the first time you do it. Almost wrong, if you've only ever used cartridges. But once you're done, something clicks. You're not thinking about replacing ink for a long time. That's the pitch here. Not convenience in the traditional sense, but less interruption. Setup is surprisingly straightforward. Connect it to Wi-Fi, load paper, fill the tanks, and you're basically ready to go. It supports AirPrint, so if you're on Apple devices, printing from your phone or laptop feels almost instant. No drivers, no complicated setup screens that feel like they were designed in another decade. But the real question isn't how easy it is to set up. It's how it actually performs. Print quality is solid for what this is. Text comes out sharp enough for documents, assignments, and everyday use. It's not trying to compete with high-end office laser printers, and it doesn't need to. For home use, it delivers exactly what most people actually need, not what they think they might want. Color prints are where things get interesting. Photos are decent. Not professional lab quality, but definitely more than acceptable for school projects, casual printing, or anything that doesn't require absolute color accuracy. There's a slight softness to images compared to higher-end printers, but again, this is a budget-focused all-in-one system. Scanning and copying are built in, and they do the job without drama. You're not getting advanced features here, but for documents, IDs, notes, or quick copies, it's reliable. Now the part Epson really wants you to focus on: ink cost. This is where EcoTank systems completely change the equation. Instead of constantly replacing expensive cartridges, you're refilling large tanks that last significantly longer. And not just a little longer. We're talking about thousands of pages before you even think about refilling again. For anyone who prints regularly, that changes the mental math completely. It shifts printing from something you avoid because of cost to something you just do when you need it. But it's not perfect. The upfront cost is higher than basic cartridge printers. You're paying more at the start in exchange for long-term savings. And if you only print a few pages every couple of months, you might not feel the benefit right away. There's also the reality that this is still a home-focused device. It's not built for heavy office workloads or extremely high-speed batch printing. It's steady, not fast. And that's kind of the identity of this printer overall. It's not trying to impress you with specs. It's trying to quietly remove a recurring problem from your life. What stands out most after using it for a while isn't any single feature. It's the absence of frustration. No sudden ink warnings every other week. No rushing to buy cartridges at the worst possible time. No feeling like printing is something you have to budget around constantly. You just print. And that might sound small, but in the context of home tech, that's actually a pretty meaningful shift. So the question becomes simple. If you're someone who prints regularly enough that ink costs start to matter, this makes a lot of sense. If you rarely print, it's still good, but maybe not essential. Either way, it represents a different way of thinking about printing altogether. Less about replacing cartridges. More about just keeping going. And in 2026, that feels like exactly the kind of upgrade printers needed. If you want to buy this Epson EcoTank ET-2803, you can check the link provided in the description.